Ayurveda and yoga have their earliest roots in the ancient Indian scriptures known as the Vedas. Veda means knowledge, and the Vedas are the written knowledge of an advanced culture that dates back as far as 5,000 years ago, to the very beginning of recorded human history. The Vedas are considered to be revealed knowledge, memorized by sages called rishis, who came to these realizations through their meditation practices. It is written that the rishis practiced physical and mental disciplines to attain advanced states of consciousness that gained them access to direct forms of knowing. This resulted in revelations in cosmology, medicine, biology, and an understanding of nature, millennia before the instruments of science such as telescopes and microscopes were invented. The rishis understood the vibrational character of sound. They were the source of the mantras that to this day are still used for meditation, spiritual chanting, and ceremonies. This ancient culture was also highly developed in music and various arts. Classical Indian music has 72 distinct scales, in comparison with Western music, which only has 28. Traditional Indian dance is an enactment of a song or poem, using hand gestures, body movements, and emotional expression as the form of narration. The Vedas were written in the Sanskrit language, a language where the meaning of the words is derived from the vibrational character of the sound. Sanskrit has a rich history, and was used for early Indian mathematics and science. The grammar of Sanskrit has a logic that makes it highly suitable for machine learning and artificial intelligence. The Vedics were advanced in the field of astronomy, long before modern technology was available to study the stars. Copernicus is credited with discovering the heliocentric model of the universe 500 years ago, but 1,000 years before that, a Sanskrit text titled the Surya Siddhanta describes the Earth as a sphere and gives a highly accurate measurement of its circumference. It also describes rules to calculate the orbits of various astronomical bodies. The measurements described in the Surya Siddhanta have been used to measure the speed of light with astounding accuracy, 1,000 years before modern science. The rishis were able to conceive of various cosmological forces and bodies from within their own consciousness. This is where the term cosmic consciousness sources from. A case can be made that many of the Hindu gods, such as Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu, represented cosmological forces, such as black holes, singularities, and gravity. Yoga and meditation, rooted in the ancient Vedas, are now part of 21st century culture, with the tools of modern science now verifying its positive physical and mental benefits. Even astrology originated in the Vedas. Legendary physicists Bohr, Schrödinger, Heisenberg, and Oppenheimer were all readers of the Vedas, in particular the part of the Vedas known as the Upanishads. Both Bohr and Schrödinger observed that their experiments in quantum physics were consistent with what they had read in the Vedas. Heisenberg stated, "Quantum theory will not look ridiculous to people who have read the Vedas." Oppenheimer learned Sanskrit in 1933 and read the Bhagavad Gita in the original. He cited it as one of the most influential books to shape his philosophy of life. Quantum mechanics reveals that everything in the material world is nothing but energy, and when you try to observe a subatomic particle, your observation brings that particle into material existence. Similarly, the Upanishads state the world is just a projection of your consciousness, and your consciousness creates reality. Vedic texts such as the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads were collectively considered the most influential books ever written by eminent people like Thoreau, Kant, Einstein, and Tesla. Tesla was so influenced by Indian teachings that he became a vegetarian and started using Sanskrit words. Einstein said, "When I read the Bhagavad Gita and reflect upon how God created this universe, everything else seems so superfluous."